Hello everybody, it's Hugon Chris here. Welcome to Odon La Rouge Mystical Channel. Today is Friday, I believe June the 8th, okay? Welcome to my channel once again. Today I'm going to continue from the previous video. If you didn't already see my other videos, please go back to them so that you can kind of get familiar with this, how I do things and stuff. Also, I also have the rules as far as my channel is concerned with the no negativity, no bashing, so forth and so on. I'm not going to tolerate it. I will not. My channel is not here for us to create some type of political debate. No, that's not what it's here for. It's a place, it's a channel that I want you, it's my business that I want you to be able to understand Haitian voodoo, Santeria, hoodoo, witchcraft, good or bad. But that's not what I specialize in. Okay, I'm a Haitian voodoo priest, and I want the channel for everybody, Haitian, Spanish people, everybody to come and say, you know what? I like the way he does things. I like the way he explains things. I like his system. Okay, so I'm comfortable with him. Let me watch him. That way we create a rapport. That way you can ask for readings. You can ask for my services. I have my webpage, www.odonlarouge.com. It's a new business I've started with over the last past, I'm going to say 6 years, but recently I've been going a little bit more towards it because I wasn't comfortable with a lot of stuff just giving out like that to the public. Certain things, especially in the spirituality, certain things are private, especially the way they were taught to us from the beginning. Over time, things have changed, and I'm noticing that people are coming out more and more and more, and they're talking about these. And because we're living in a time where the technology is just boom, 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 this is the way we do our business. You understand what I'm saying? So we get our clients. So all this is new for me. So work with me. The technology and stuff like that, I'm just getting used to it. So when you see the comments down there, tell me, well, Chris, do this, or I'm going to take your opinion. I will take your advice. If you have any questions, whatever, be more than willing, be more than welcome to ask me. But do not bash, do not abuse it, because I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to be good for you. Because let me just leave it like that. It's not going to be good for you, okay? Just don't do it. Let's enjoy the ride, okay? Today I'm going to talk about readings and the importance behind it. The divination, okay? How important it is in everything that we do. And I'm going to be able to give you the same way in these two areas, because this is what I've done all of my life. I'm a licensed cosmetologist. I've been doing here for the past, oh my God, 25 years. I'm 40. I'm 40 now. I've been doing it ever since a little boy, believe it or not. But professionally, it started like around 1999. But that's my ultimate passion besides my priesthood. That's what everybody knows me. That's what I've always done. And that was how I supported myself. That was my income. That was my business, my salon. That's me. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Being a hairdresser and being a Huga, which is a voodoo priest, a spiritual advisor, you're still working with people and you're dealing with the most intimate, basic situations in their life at times. Things that they don't even reveal sometimes to their own spouse, their children. You get to know somebody so intimately over a period of time, sometimes they don't even realize that they're telling it to you. It's a comfort level that they have. And in those days, when I was doing it full time, I was using my scissors, my combs, my flat irons, my brushes, whatever, and that was my way of talking to them. And they were using me as a psychologist and stuff. And instead of the hair brushes and combs, I do it now with the readings and stuff like that. But it's the same thing. You're dealing with people's problems. You're dealing with them in another way where they're not open like that as they are with you. So one thing about doing this type of work is you have to learn how to keep your mouth shut, and you have to be able to hold secrets. And hold secrets meaning that you have to not abuse that position of power that you're in. Because some of us, what they do is they get arrogant, they get cocky, their ego goes with it, and then they feel like they have so many people, oh well, that's just the person. No, if you do that, okay, you may not be able to even realize that you do that because you get this attitude where you don't care. Let me tell you what's going to happen with that. You're not going to have no customers. Okay, not only that you're not going to have no customers, but when you go to a certain place or people start to go, and especially in the areas I've lived, I'm originally from Queens, New York, born and raised. My mother is American Italian, Brooklyn girl. My father is Haitian, okay, from Haiti. So I'm mixed, Haitian, Italian, American. So by saying that is that you tend to, what you put out is what you're going to get back. Okay, so if you are a fabulous hairdresser, that's what people are going to know you by. If you're an amazing spiritualist, huga, mambo, whatever it is that you put out there, that's what you're going to get back. That's why you don't abuse it. Okay, you weren't chosen, especially those of us who were chosen. Okay, I was chosen before I even knew what it was. I was always attracted to my Haitian culture ever since a little boy. I mean, all my other cousins and stuff, they gravitated towards more of the American and everything. I did it all, but the ultimate love that I've always had was for my Haitian culture. Everything I do is Haitian. The way I live, everything, the way I cook, everything. Okay, so people tend to not understand you after a while. They know that you're different, whether it's sexuality, whether it's the way you dress. They know you different. They don't understand until you start making it clear. Because once you're comfortable with yourself, they're going to be able to know. They're going to be able to see that. If you're not confident, if you're not sure, if you don't educate yourself, if you don't make your business, your talent, whatever it is, your specialty, that's going to show. So that's why whatever you do, okay, you have to make sure you do it to the best of your ability. Because I'm going to tell you this, the customer, the client always comes first. Then you start to go, because that's your business. The money, okay, is what you're doing to survive. But that customer, if it wasn't for that customer, you wouldn't be able to have the business. The customers, okay? Each customer, they know you a certain way. But there's certain things, they're going to tell everybody the same thing. The reason why you're going to see me go back and forth is because I'm relating the two and how they are the same for me. But before I go any further, I'm sorry I should have did this at the beginning, but I'm going to do it now. I wanted to say a shout out to my Haitian viewers and let them know that I am bilingual and that I will be speaking in both Creole and English so that they feel welcome, comfortable, and they can contact me as well. M'a di nou tout haïtien bonsoir, tout Ougan, tout Mambo, tout vaudouisan, tout l'évangile, tout Jéhovah, tout pasteur, m'di nou tout moun bonsoir, c'est Ougan Chris. Welcome to my channel. M'di nou konsake m'ta remen nou suiv mwen pour nou wè tout ça m'fait. Et c'est pas des questions de côté m'sorti, côté moun, boy ici, bolot bo. Nous tout c'est youn. Depuis c'est Ougan, Mambo, vaudouisan, nous tout c'est youn. Nous tout kon chante yo, nous déjà connaît. So, si nou wè on so de bagay ke nou pa kompren yo, wap wè on so de bagay ke ou kompren, pa di kon sa ke, oh oui, m'a kompren sa lap fè, sa lap di. Non, nou gen sekre pa nou. Oui, mwen konen sa. M'pa pal di tout a fè bagay yo, pase m konen ki sa pou di, ki so pa di. Men, s'il vous plaît, même j'aime dit américain yo, s'il vous plaît, pas aller dans page moyen, dans Chanel moyen pour ap di un bon paquet de vieux bagay. Parce que map vague map delete ou pas même I don't want to go any further. Mais sel bagay que map di nou li pas bon pour nous. Deuxièmement, nous tout rougaman bo, oui, nous tout fait tout ça nous te gen pour nous faire pour nous river côté nous yé en jodi. Pas garder un moun pour wè jan moun nan frère, pour jan wè moun nan vive, pour dire kon sa ke oh oui, lo yo fait plus pour li parce yo fait pour l'autre. Non 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 non, pas fait bagay kon ça. Parce que at the end of the day, les journées a fini, nous tout gen un choix dans ça n'a faire. Vous comprenez? Oui de remen so fè an, ou wap exploiter sa wap fè an pou ka fè l'argent. N'importe so wap fè an, m'dou good luck, moi-même m'pa nan bagay sa yo. M'a fè bagay mwen propre, m'a fè bagay mwen yo real. N'importe l'idée que ou gen, s'il pa un bon l'idée, sou pa gon advice pour bon mwen, pour dire comme ça que Chris parlait de ça, Chris parlait de ça. Pas vin dire comme ça que oh oui, m'ba kompren sa la fè an ki ra dot sa yo, this is and that. Di ou pa konel, moi même pas konn tout bagay. So sa m konnen yo, map fè yo, sa m ba konnen yo, mba pale de yo. Parce mba pal montre moun ke oh, mwen all that, et puis mpa all that. Ou kompren? Mais m fè an pile l'école mwen, pour m rive kote mien an jodi. Et puis l'école lan pour rougan pour mambo li pa jam fini. L'école là pas jamais fini. Sous pensez que ma coûte lan plein, wap marcher, wap vire. Oh oui, c'est ou même k'ap perdi. Parce que ou ka rive jis nan 90 ou grand moun, on moun ap fon bagay ou pa konnen li, sou remen, wap suiv li. Mais pas jamais di moun nan pi mi yo parce l'autre boy si blah blah. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to English. I was just telling them the same things about, you know, don't bash the channel, don't do this, don't do that. And I welcome them, and I'm going to talk about things that I am allowed to talk about. But as us priestess and priest, we have our secrets that make us different from our clients, our brothers, our sisters, but our brothers and sisters within the religion, within the rite. We have our secrets that we cannot disclose. If you see somebody disclosing them, they're not who they are. Okay? They're not who they are. Is that for me to decide? No. But in time, the way you talk, the way you move, I'm going to be able to know because that's who they call Chris. I'm very observant. I have 4 eyes. Okay? I'm not going to tell you where the other 2 are. I have 4 ears. I'm not going to tell you where the other 2 are. But believe me, if you think you're going to be able to distract me, you're going to lose because you're not. I can be talking about one thing and my head is doing 2 other things because not only as a cosmetologist, a sexual cosmetologist, you have to learn how to be able to do 2 or 3 things at one time. But even when you're dealing with people in itself, you have to learn how to multitask, okay, to be successful in whatever it is that you're doing. If you want to sit there, you do things saggy or you slow and you have an attitude as if that you don't care, then that's what you're going to put out. I'm going to go right back to the divination because I can talk all day, but I want to be able to get to this or every video is going to wind up getting to the same. Today I'm going to talk about the divination and the importance of it. Divination is like a map. Divination is a consultation. The same way as if you was to go to the doctor. The same way if you was to go to the dentist, whatever. The dentist, the doctor, the psychiatrist, the mambo, the hooligan, we have to see what is going on with you. Like the doctors and stuff like that, they always say they want access to your previous records from your last physician and so forth and so on. They want to see what's going on with you medically, what have they been treating you for, what medications are you taking, what are you not taking, what have you been treated for in the past. All these things are important because when you're dealing with people, people's bodies, hearts, minds, and the things that are personal to that person, you got to be very careful with what you're doing because you don't want to jack up. Okay, especially when you're dealing with people's lives, you don't want to do it. You just don't want to do it. So know what you're doing. Okay, I've come across other people, and like I said, I'm not here to say what you're doing right is wrong because I don't want you to do that to me. I just want you to either give me your advice, your input, any things that I'm not saying that you're not clear of or whatever. Ask me. There's a difference between giving an opinion, asking, and bashing. Don't do it, please. Okay? So, when you're doing the reading, I've seen other people on YouTube and they've talked about cartomancy, tarot, and everything. And I have a couple of my favorites that I follow on here. And I like that some of them have done their homework. They've done their research because homework is very important, especially to me. Studying, you're not going to get anywhere tomorrow without no school. Okay? I don't care what it is that you're doing. You have to educate yourself, even if you cannot go to the teachers. That's why they have books. That's why there's lots of reading. Okay? Take notes. Lucky for us today, we have technology. We type. I write. I type. I have. Oh my God! You'll get to know me. Every day, because everybody, you're going to watch people, you're going to come across different videos, and everybody's going to have their own style, but there's a certain basic to all of it. At the end of the day, there's your basics. If you don't know your basics, you're not going to be able to go any further. Okay, because with the reading, like I said before, it's the same thing with consultations, period. Even hairdressing, I did consultations. People came and they're dishonest. They tell you, oh, that, you know, for instance, they got a perm a month ago. Okay, but when you wash the hair is straight, and you can tell, you can still smell the perm that they just got it done. They tell you a month ago. When you know your craft, there's no way that that person can do that to you because you're going to know better. The same thing with the cards. When the person comes, some people they do, some people they don't. They love to try to see what you're doing, what you're working with. That's how, if you saw my other video, you would see when I said that you can tell if you've been set up. You can tell if somebody came to see what's going on at your place or what spirit you work with, which is not important. You came to get a reading. You came for you to find out about your business. My business is not your business at that time. It's the same thing if I went to go get a reading from somebody. I don't care of what you're doing, because I could sit across the table and you're doing the same system that I do or whatever, but I'm not trying to figure out from looking at the cards across the table to say, well, wait a minute, that's over there. No, because I'm coming to trust you at that time. Okay, we all don't read the same. We're going to have our basics, but at the end of the day, we all have our own story, our own line that we do. And that's what makes us different. Also, our specialties. Okay, my specialty, I'm going to tell you, I love ceremonies. I love lamps. I love baths. Negative, positive. I like cleanup stuff. I like to start somebody off fresh, prepare them for their path. Readings are my favorite, okay? I love it. So I make sure that I know what I'm talking about. And I've been doing it for a long time. And to this day, am I going to tell you that I know everything? No. And you're never going to hear me say I know everything because things change all the time. But when it comes to consultations, yeah, things may come across to you that you've never heard from other people before, but after a while, it'll start to ring a bell and it will become familiar to you. That's why you got to know what you're talking about. That's why when you're alone, you're not doing anything, pick up a book and read. Okay? I don't care how many times. I have books that I've had here from all the way from when I started. I still sometimes go to those books for certain references. I like to cross-reference to see what's going, because you don't know everything. Okay? So after a certain amount of time, you can pick and choose your herbs that does different things for you in different works. This person may say that they use this herb for that. But it's the same thing when you go to the doctor and they give you a prescription that they may treat, let's say, for instance, depression or schizophrenia or anxiety, but the doctor didn't give it to you to treat those. They gave it to you for you to sleep, or they gave it to you for you to not be how could I say that? Because I don't want to go into depression and where you're not so emotional at times, because we all got our problems. But the doctor knows why she or he prescribed it to you. So when you go to Walgreens and then you go home and you lift up the paper and you say, wait a minute, why did they give me a prescription for this and that? Read the whole thing before you say, I'm not taking it. Because you're going to see, it's going to say this, and pay attention, because when you see a comma, that means there's more than one. Okay? Once again, vocabulary as well is very important, especially when you're doing your readings and stuff, because you have to be able to tell your client whether this is something that is happening now, is going to happen, or already happened. If you don't do it, sometimes you may not get a second chance because you don't know who that person is. Some people, their head is very hot. They don't know how to absorb information. The first thing they, no, that's why you have to be careful. You have to know people. And even those that we know sometimes for all our lives, we still really don't know them. And that's some scary, scary stuff at times, because people are insane. I know I'm crazy as hell. But at the end of the day, you could trust me, because you're going to be able to know this is what he'll do. This is what he'll do. But this right here, because you got to be consistent with who you are. If you keep showing people different people everywhere you go, people are going to start saying, well, wait a minute. You either phony or you trying to be something that you not. And see, that it's not going to fly like that. It's not going to do good for you like that. So back to the thing. So the consultation is going to tell you everything that you need to know, even for your work, your prescription, what it is you're going to do with that person. If this person is a person that's familiar with what it is that you're doing, because one thing I've had to learn and study as well was that how do you help everybody from all types of walks of life? Okay? Most people think that because you say voodoo priest or Santero, Babalao, or that you can't help somebody else from another background. Everybody got to go to theirs. Yes, that's true. When they're doing certain things for you under specific spirits. Yes, I agree. It's easier when you're dealing with somebody from the same fate, same background. But at the end of the day, all the spirits are the same in some way or the other. Okay? Because we all have our spirits that deal with our money, finances, our love life, our relationships, our family, our finances, our sanity, all of that. And so as you learn and you read and you know, talk and engage yourself with everybody else, you'll say, oh, wait a minute. We have a spirit that does that same exact thing. When you do your reading, your research is like that. It's the same spirit. It's the same. It's just a different name. And then the difference in that culture and this culture may say, okay, well, we're going to give it 3. Let's just say 3 pumpkins. I'm just saying. I don't know why you doing it in yours 3. Mines may say just 1, or mines may say 1.5. Once again, every tradition has its oral part of it. And most of these religions, sometimes a lot of it is oral. But like I said, we're living in a time now where people are starting to, they're writing books about the subject more. And I have a couple of my favorite authors, and I want to say hello to all of them. Mama Cass, Gregory White, the Lucky Mojo Company, Professor Charles Porterfield, Miss Ida. Let's see again. Wow, there's so many of them. Denise Alvarado. And with these authors, as I followed them over the years, they're consistent with their books because I do my cross reference and I want to make sure that they've said the same thing in this book than in the previous book before. But some of them, sometimes they'll have their herbs and they'll say you can use it for this as well. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody's not gonna say they do it for it, but if that herb is what that is, the essential reason why you're using it, then that works for me. You see what I'm saying? So it's okay. Basil, they say basil you can use for a lot of different things. It doesn't mean it only treats or does this type of function for this type of work, but it can be used. One thing about herbs and oils and stuff that we use in our practices is that you have to learn how to wake them up, talk to them, charge them, heat them up, talk to it like as if you was talking to a person. Some people, they don't understand that. That's why I said my channel is going to be more on the level is to people who have experience with the Santeria, the voodoo, the hoodoo, the more intense study of it, because there's many videos on cartomancy. Yes, some of them they like to share their meanings and stuff like that, and that's fine. I enjoy them because at least you're trying and stuff like that. But once it's mixed and it's used in a whole spiritual way and stuff like that, things start to change after a while. Yes, once again you have your basics, but then they start to change as it goes on. So the divination, the reading, everything, consultation, I'm saying these different words so everybody can understand. Without it, we can't go any further because me, the type of priest that I am, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Especially when you tell me that things, you're talking to me and they're starting not to make sense. I don't believe you. Okay? You could be the most honest person. You've always been like that. The sweetest stuff. I don't know who you are until I open up your life. Okay? And I have to trust my cards, but the first that I trust is the Almighty and the love of my life, my Jeuge, okay? Her name is, her statue up here, everybody knows as Lama Dama, but for me, she's Ezeli Jeuge, okay? Now, moving on. I've been working with Jeuge. It's going on 16 years now, okay? She's never wrong. She's never wrong, okay? And we have the type of relationship. Once again, if you go to my other videos, you'll see your spirit guide. We become one. We may wake up or we start off and then she's on one side on the other, but we become one because we're so synchronized like that. The relationship, she knows where I'm going, I know where she's going. You understand what I'm saying to you? So we trust each other. I don't have no reason to ever say, wait a minute, this is not, no. Because she's been there before, okay? That's the reason why she's in the spirit world. Do you understand? So, and I know who she's working with and who she's working for. She's my employer. Do you understand? My employer. So now, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You can cry. You can throw thousands of dollars and tell me, I want you to do this. I'm sorry. That's not the type of person that I am. Because I'm never going to go to my bed at night. Okay? I already have issues sleeping. But I'm going to be damned if I go to my bed, okay? And I'm saying to myself, ooh, I hope this works. Oh my God, I took the money. Oh God, I hope that this goes through. Never. Because I'm going to make sure that I pay attention to all the stuff that's going on. I'm going to pay attention to your history. I'm going to pay attention to what you're familiar, because I will not be distracted. You're not going to be able to go out and say, he took my money. Did he help me? Was he successful? Maybe this is the reason why. But he took my money. That's not going to happen. Because if you say that I took your money and I didn't help you, and the cards say otherwise, I'm going to give you back your money. Because that's the type of person that I am. I do not let the dead presidents control me. And that's the problem. People get caught up and they let it control them. And so they start doing all kinds of things because they want to be controlled by the money. You can't do that. When you're dealing with people, you cannot do that. That's the problem. That's why things get like that, because we get greedy. Okay? No, 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 no. You know what I'm greedy for? I'm greedy for clientele. I'm greedy because I want people to believe and trust in me. I'm greedy for your confidence in me. I don't care how much money you've had. I've had these women come in my chair before, and they fly wherever I was, whatever state I was in, to come and get their hair done. You know why they did that? Because they know when they came and got their hair done, or their bath, or whatever it was, they knew what they were going to get. They knew what I was going to do from the time they got into the chair, from the time they left, from the time they left the reading, from the time. That's the type of rapport that I have. Okay? Also, you got people too, is they figured that if they put you on the path and you paid, they did what they did for you. We don't have to have no more relationship, or whatever the case may be. Okay, that's a big problem, because if you feel because you put somebody on the path, but they came to you with no knowledge of what they're getting themselves into from the beginning, that's a problem. If that's the way you think, then you need to go and have an adjustment with your spirit to see if putting people on the path is your specialty, or is it what you're supposed to be doing, or if you have to go back to school. You can't do that, because you have to teach that student, okay, that junior priest that's working next to you, under you, what is this and how to do this and how to do that. Because what's going to happen is that student gets discouraged, or somebody comes, a little birdie out of nowhere that just wants to go behind your back and be deceitful and say, this is not right and that's not right, and because they want you to come to their place now, their house. You're going to say, I wonder why I don't know. You know what? Thank you. And then you're going to run there, and it's going to be the same thing and the same thing and the same thing. No, you have to teach yourself as well. You have to do your homework. You have to learn your invocations. You have to learn your elements. You have to learn your spirits. You have to learn what is the basic to teach people with this specific spirit, in order for them to start building a relationship until them and the spirit become one. Don't just tell everybody the general information, and then later on you just expect them to just be like, okay, well, thank you very much, I'm done. You have to explain to that person, look, I'll tell you right now, I prefer that you work under me as an apprentice and learn before you make that journey. If this is something that you really want, you're going to make the time to do it with that student, and that person's going to put their all in it. You put your all. And it's not about, oh, if you teach this person all this stuff and they just happen to leave you and stuff like that. If you weren't into it, if you weren't in for it for the money in the long haul, then you shouldn't have to be worried about that, because the spirits know when they send a student to you, or they send a prospect initiate to you, that spirit, that person's spirit is in a bubble all the way until that journey is reached. Now, what you do as the elder, that's doing with that apprentice, that student, that godchild of yours, what your angle was is not the same. There's gonna be a clash. There's gonna be a clash. Let me go back one, because I just did this whole thing again, and I went back into this tangent again. And that's why I say, it's so much information, you want to get it out of you. you get distracted fast. But let me go back to this again. Okay, so now the reading. Okay, I specialize in playing card reading. Okay, I like the tarot. I have my tarot deck, but it's not something I'm gonna do fast. First of all, my guide, okay, we she don't do tarot. Okay, so I don't do tarot. We use the cartomancy system. I know it American, Spanish, English, German, Haitian, all the meanings. Okay? Certain meanings sometimes, yeah, they are the same from, reader to reader, country to country and stuff, but sometimes a lot of it is passed down orally. So what happens is that whoever teaches you the meanings and stuff like that, they gotta make sure that they tell you that it changes after a while. Yes, this is the basic meaning, but when they're mixed, when they're here, there, they all mean something different. That's why I said it's a life study. You're never gonna be able to say that you mastered it, okay, until you get to a point where you don't question yourself. If you question yourself, then that means that you're not where you need to be. But another thing too is that when you're doing it with a spirit as well, when you're invoking a spirit while you're doing it, there's going to be a time, I know this is going to sound crazy, but there's things that you're going to hear. I know it sounds creepy, hear, or you're going to feel like, I can't believe I just said that. Or you're gonna be gone. You're just gonna fade away. You're not gonna remember anything about that reading. Okay? Because your spirit took over at that point. Okay? That spirit's doing the reading for you. So that's why you have to tell the person that you're reading for to write it down to make sure. Okay? You could use a little recorder. I don't suggest that you always and let anybody video record you when they go do your reading, because you just can't trust that. Okay, because people manipulate. So your voice is the furthest gonna go from there. Don't let people start video recording your stuff and doing all this stuff, because people have all different type of agendas. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's certain things, once they out, you can't take them back. Doing these videos and stuff like that, yeah, you could always say, well, when I did this one, this is what I said, and now I'm doing this one. This is why I'm saying it now. You can always, go back and forth and so forth and so on. But when somebody comes to your private space, they start invading you. Their agenda is nothing has to do with what it is they're focusing on. They're doing something they have no business doing, because if they're used to you, they should know that you always want them to write down their reading, the parts, especially if they have to do things, buy things, and why they're doing it. These things are important. Some people, they're very good at remembering. Now, that's not to say that you as the reader, that when you're doing the reading, you completely gone. What I'm saying to you is that there's going to be a time where you're not going to be able to go back, because the spirit is doing the reading. There's going to be a certain flow you're going to have. There's going to be questions the people's asking you, and you're doing it, and then you're going to be able to know that you say, oh, that's my homegirl. That's you already know. You just be like, yup. And you become one. And that's the feeling that I like, is when you're doing it and then you just know. You just be like, every time it gets better and better. Those who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. Those of you who don't, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. Okay? The best feeling is when you've able to mission accomplish. That person came to you lost. That person came to you either hurt, they got confirmation, they got what they needed, they're satisfied. Okay? They're happy. And you could tell it in their eyes. You could tell it in their voice. And then they feel, because sometimes they come to you and they're just out of their minds. They're so hurt and they're so consumed by it, because Either they could have somebody, whoever did something, hurt them, if it has nothing to do with magic or whatever the case may be. But sometimes people have a hard time with certain things, and they don't know what else to do. Okay, so when they come to you and they get a sense of relief and you've able to help them, and then after that there's plans to do something else to even, you're going to have a client for life. Not only that, you're going to have a client for life, I call them the cheerleaders. You're going to have your cheerleaders that when anybody comes to them and says, oh, I don't know, understand what to do, I'm having a problem, that say no more. There goes his number, or there goes her number. Call. That's all I got to tell you. The bomb. There's not going to be nothing else. No questions, no answers, nothing. You're going to be able to say, just go. Okay. So now you do when you come, the person comes to you, you do the reading. What I do is because my reading, I can do it clear eye as well, meaning that I'm not using the spirit, but because of me, of my background and my level, you know what I'm saying? I ought to always do it with them. I may not go through the whole invoking system from the beginning to the end if the person's not familiar, but I'm still going to charge her to invoke her in my way where I know that she will be there with me. And whenever I come into the area, or if I'm doing the cosplay, she has a way of popping up. I can't explain it to you any other way but by saying that this is the whole thing behind when I say to you that, like in the last video, once you invite certain spirits and you're into certain things, once you invite them into your circle, into your life, and they like you and you like them, it's a relationship. It grows, it grows, it grows, it grows. And then they have a way of just popping up. You could go to a store, you could go to a botanic, especially if you're doing work with them and stuff, they pop up. You can go into a store and you cannot find anything that you have on your list. Let's say, for instance, you live in an area, you can't find nothing in that area, in that whatever it is that you need. I promise you, you go and you do your references and you go and you do your substitutes. You get to a place, you get to a store, you go into the store, you say to somebody, do you know where I can get so-and-so? They're going to tell you. Or somebody is going to be helping, because right now you're under the spell of the spirit. It's that spirit that's telling you to go ask questions. It's that spirit that's telling that person, tell them I said this way, tell them I said that. It's a whole like mysticism about it. And it's magic. It's magical. You know what I'm saying? There's no other way I can put it. That's why they say mystery sometimes. They'll say mystère, because certain things cannot be explained. But the things that can be explained, the things that make sense, it's because it's true. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and then I'm going to upload, and I'm going to just go right to it because I've talked too much again, and then I didn't even get started. But I'm going to stop this, and then I'm going to get started on again. So it may be the next video after this one, okay?